what I do with my students, and because it's something I do, is I draw a picture of the character. I remember at drama school, one of our teachers talking about this image. Michel Saint-Denis, who was this, I think is sort of where Central came from, is a French teacher. Central's been around for years. Laurence Olivier studied there. Judi Dench studied there. But I remember somebody expressing this image to me, and they attributed it to Michel Saint-Denis. And the image is that there's a mirror pretty far away from you. And you imagine the character in that mirror. You imagine the person, what they're wearing, how they walk, what their hairstyle is. And you take a walk towards the mirror. So the image you have in the mirror is walking towards you. You're walking towards it. And you'll never fully cross over. But the dance sort of begins, right? And you've gotten really, really close to that mirror, and there's little to distinguish the two of you. And the dance begins where you start playing in that space. And that, for me, that image in terms of the process you have was really valuable because I understood it intuitively, but also it was an active thing I could do. But I would start by drawing. I'm not a great artist, but I would draw the person. So I have my students do the same thing. They either draw them or they go on the internet, they find adjectives to objectively describe the person so that they start to get into the head. But all you're doing as an actor really is you're a behaviorist. So all that acting is the speaking of a thought process, right? So when you're saying lines, you're just sharing a thought process. So your job as an actor simply is to justify the thought process and then engage in that thought process in action, right? So that's your job. So whatever way you have to get into that, that's the goal. So the first step is really looking at the script. This isn't what I thought this podcast was going to be about. Looking at the script, breaking down the text to really understand what's happening. Find all the clues you can about the character in the text. And then your job is to then incorporate that into who you are. So if you're really close, some people find that really hard. Some people find if the character is very much like them, they find that actually more difficult to do.